Hello and welcome to another episode of VVTV. I'm your anchor, Rogelio Caballero.
And I'm your co-anchor, Alondra Escobar.
Cardiac arrest has become more frequent in these last couple of decades.
But recently, Starting Hearts came to our school to teach students what to do when saving a life. For more information, we go to Bella Rulon.
I just dropped dead on my kitchen floor.
Whether it be school, work, friendships, or family, everyone faces battles each and every day. But few will ever face the battle that Betty Neal faced earlier this year, the fight for her own life. And if it weren't for the heroic acts of Tina Frasco, Betty wouldn't be able to tell her story today.
On April 9th, so about 6.5 months ago, it was a normal day. It was a Monday, and I'd been swimming in the Glenwood pool. I went to a water yoga class, and then I went to Walmart down in Glenwood and had a pretty normal, quiet day. I was feeling okay. I was fighting a bad cold. I wasn't feeling my best, but nothing really unusual. My roommate, Tina Frasco, came through the kitchen, and I asked if she'd like a cup of tea. And she said, sure, I'll have a cup of tea, and let me take the trash out. So she grabbed the garbage, and she went out to the curb. And when Tina came back, she came back to find me sprawled out on the floor, unconscious and not breathing.
I just saw her foot kind of from under the table, and then I was trying to talk to her. I was like, Betty, are you okay? Betty, did you fall down? And as I was walking in, then I saw her face and I realized she was unconscious. Her face was kind of like bluish in color, and then her eyes were kind of slightly open, not completely, but not completely closed, and she wasn't responsive.
She started chest compression, CPR on me immediately.
Once I was on the phone with an operator, they were walking me through and just counting with me like compressions.
A really dire situation. I had literally dropped dead on my kitchen floor, and
probably 5-ish minutes that I was with her until police came in, and then once the police got there, they kind of took over, and then the paramedics got there, and then they went through with the defibrillator and all of that, and then they took her out on the stretcher, and then they had her in the ambulance. At that
ambulance left, Tina was pretty upset and pretty freaked out because when the ambulance left, they didn't tell her because of HIPAA regulations. They couldn't tell her what my status was.
I still didn't know whether or not she was okay or if she was conscious again.
So they worked on me as they're going down the interstate, and I read the ambulance report, kind of the timestamp, and they got me back at about like Edwards, Avon, Eagle Vale. And talking to the EMTs later, or the paramedics I should say later, they said that they knew they'd lost me, and they got me back multiple times, and they felt like that last time they got me back for good. They could tell they got a regular heart rhythm again. So they took me into Vail, and Vail Hospital did just a very quick little assessment on me, and Flight for Life came and whisked me away, and I was unconscious, don't remember a thing. They put me in a hypothermia therapy, which is where they lower your body temperature through ice packs and medication to about 90 degrees Fahrenheit, and I was in an induced coma and in hypothermia therapy for about 3 days.
During that week, and they were running tests, and they had her in the coma to, I guess, run tests and then save her organs and then bring her back slowly.
And they gradually, literally warmed my body up, and I looked around, and all my favorite people were in my hospital room. My brother and wife had flown in from Southern California. My kids were there, my oldest son Harrison, some of my best friends were in the room, and I was like, whoa, what's this party for? And then I learned what had really happened to me, that I had had sudden cardiac arrest and had actually died, and due to the quick thinking and commitment of Tina, I'm here today. The doctors told my kids that there's about a 4% chance of survival.
In our community, we have a nonprofit organization called the Starting Hearts Foundation. This program is dedicated to saving lives by providing stakeholders free opportunities to learn AED and CPR.
So there are 37 states in the United States that have mandatory CPR training in high school, and Colorado is not one of them. So our high school body, student body, doesn't have to be trained. I want to thank the high school and Starting Hearts for coming forward and making sure all of you students get trained. Your generation are going to be the people who are out there. You're going to be at concerts, you're going to be at sporting events, you're going to be in the grocery store. And, you know, who would have thought that Tina would have been in this situation 6 or 7 months ago where all she thought was she was going to have a cup of tea. And she saved my life.
It's important for people to know these skills, as you'll never know when you'll need to save a life.
With Thanksgiving coming up, it's important to be grateful for everything that you have, especially the food at our tables. That's why Stuco is hosting the Canned Food Drive, to give the people a hand in this time of the turkey.
You can win that race. You can pass that test. You can reach your dreams. You can get past any obstacle. You can make a difference. And it starts with one can. Donate to the Canned Food Drive today. This message has been brought to you by Eagle Valley Student Media and Stuco.
This is a wonderful opportunity for EVHS students to contribute in an important cause.
I know I'll definitely be bringing in some cans. What about you, Roge?
Absolutely. I know my homer is going to win the churros and pizza.
Settle down, Roge. It's too early to tell. But on another note, many things here have changed at Eagle Valley Student Media. One of them is that we got a complete new studio. We go to our construction crew for some more.
Hey guys, and welcome to our new studio.
This year, EVTV wanted to make a show that reflects our professionalism. In the beginning of the school year, Brian Baxter and I asked Mr. Black and his 7th period building trades class to build us a brand new studio in order to gain the look we desired. Thankfully, Brian's dad gave us many pallets and Mr. Black had other supplies to start making the studio. The building process took about a month and a half, just in time for us to start filming.
As you can tell, we're not finished yet, but we have plans to put down a rug and student artwork on the walls behind.
A big thanks to Mr. Black and his building trade 7th grade class.
We'd also like to give a big special EVTV thanks to Mr. Black, as without him, we would still be behind a bland green screen, struggling each week to see what kind of background we would use.
That's all we have for this week. I'm Rogelio Caballero.
And I'm Alondra Escobar. We'll see you after break.